Hello students and welcome to IB Study Lecture Videos. In this video, we are going to cover chapter 10 of grade 6 and the name of the chapter is integers, or we can call it the other side of zero. Why we can call it other side of zero? We'll see in the later part of the video. So student, let us see what are the different topics we are going to cover under this chapter. So we'll see what is an integer, representation of integers on number lines, addition of integers and subtraction of integers, and how to simplify integers having multiple operations like addition and subtraction. So students, till now we have seen different types of numbers like whole numbers, natural numbers, in which natural number have numbers like 1, 2, 3 and all, which are called counting numbers also. Whole numbers has numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 etc. where the difference is that whole number has 0 and rest is natural numbers. So basically these two type of numbers we have seen till now. Yes, we have seen fractions also. Now there is another kind of numbers which are called integers. And what are those numbers? So basically, let's suppose if I have a problem 6 minus 2. So we can say we have 4 as an answer. But what if we want to subtract 6 from 2? The answer is we can't do. But this was till you have not understood about integers. But as of now, you will understand how this problem also have an answer. Now student, let's suppose if you have a profit of something, you call it plus 400 rupees. Let's suppose we have a profit of 400. So we can say plus 400 as our balance. Now, let's suppose we have a loss of 400. Then how we can represent that loss? Because same number cannot represent this two different type of things like one profit and one loss. 400 for profit and 400 for loss will not justify the two different scenarios. So here we need a special kind of numbers which are called integers. And what are integers? So basically, if we have a number line consisting of whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Now, if we want to extend it, we can extend it till whatever numbers we want. But what if you want to extend beyond 0 on the left side, which is the other side of 0? So here we take numbers equal to what we have in the right side but with a negative sign. Like we extend it like -1, -2, -3 so that we can have numbers to represent different scenarios. Like if a 400 of profit will be represented with 400, which is a positive number, let's suppose, then for a loss we can have a number negative 400 which will represent the loss of 400. So we need a special or a new kind of numbers which can be used for different scenarios. So an integer is a group or collection of numbers having positive or whole numbers, we can say positive integers from 1 to other, that is 2, 3 and 5, and negative integers like -1, -2, -3 and so on, and 0 which is neither positive nor negative. So an integer is a collection of numbers with all these numbers. Yes, so we can say every whole number lies in the integers. Yes, but every integer doesn't lies in the whole number. Clear? Now we can find out, if we know integers, we can find out the answer of 6 subtracted from 2, which we'll see in the section of subtraction of integers. We'll first let us understand what are the different application of integers in our daily life. Now, here we have integers, positive integers, negative integers. Yes. So, importance of integers in our daily life. So, integers with the help of positive and negative and 0 help us to justify the different scenarios like profit, loss, above sea level, below sea level, etc. with the help of different signs. Yes, so here are some examples used in daily life which we can represent using integers, like profit of 400, yes, or height of 9 km above sea, 5 km towards north if represented by plus 5 kilometer or plus 5, let's suppose, then the south will be represented by -5. So in mathematics or in daily life situation, we need two different kind of number to justify our scenario. Now, how to represent integers on number line? So it is quite similar to representation of whole numbers on the number line that we have understood in our earlier classes. So a number line is drawn, and at equal spaces starting from 0 at the center, we can have numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And let's suppose if you want to represent the integer 3, we can do like this, or if you want to represent integer -2, we can do like this. So it is quite similar to the representation of whole numbers that we have understood. Yes. Now, ordering of integers. Ordering means how to arrange integers, how to compare integers basically. Yes. So remember students, more the number in the right, it is quite bigger than the numbers in the left. For example, let's suppose if we want to compare 4 and 100. So 100 lies in the right side as compared to 4 from 0, we can say. Yes. So 100 will be greater than 4. Similarly, let's suppose if we have -6 and -5, which of these two integers will lie on the right side? So -5, because the number will be on the right side of -6 and -6 will be on the left side of -5. Let's suppose here we have -6 and here we have -5. So we can say here we have -5, here that we have -5 is on the right side and -6 is on the left side. So -5 will be bigger. Yes. So 4, let's suppose an example, 4 and -4 are equidistant from 0 but in opposite directions. So 4 and -4 are opposite to each other. Similarly, 6 and -6 are equidistant from 0 but in opposite directions. So 6 and -6 are opposite to each other. So we have to understand what is the opposite of an integer. Like for 6, the opposite is -6. For 10, it is -10. So opposite means a number lying at same distance but in the opposite direction of 0. Okay. So here are some points which you can go through. An integer is greater than another integer if it lies to the right of other. Yes, we have discussed about it. Any positive integer is greater than any negative integer. So if we have a positive integer, value can be anything, and we have a negative integer, then positive will always be greater. Okay, because it will lie on the right side. So basic rule is that it should lie on the right side to the other number. Integer is less than another integer if it lies on to the left on the number line. Yes, the greater a number, the lesser is its opposite. So if let's suppose 400 is greater than 300, but -400 will be smaller than -300. Yes. 0 is greater than every integer. Yes, so 0 is greater than every negative integer because it lies on the right side of every negative integer, but 0 will be smaller than every positive integers. There is no greatest or smallest integer because we can extend as much as we want on the both side of number line. Yes. Now there are questions represent all integers between -4 and 3 on the number line, and we can have like this. Yes. So using the number line, there is the integer which is 3 more than 4. So we have 4 as first number and we have to find out 3 more. So if you have to find out the more, you have to move right. If you have to find out the less, then you have to move left. So 3 more means we have to go 3 integers on the right side of 4 like this. So we'll reach 7. So from this type of question, you can understand how much the next number is away from the previous number. Yes. Now, moving to the next topic, addition of integers. So in this topic, we have to find out how to add integers. Till now, we know how to add positive numbers or 0, like 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 0 is 5, 7 plus 3 is 10. But what about adding negative and a positive number or 2 negative numbers? What about that? So let us understand. Adding a negative integer means moving to the left, and adding a positive integer means moving to the right on the number line. So this is a line that you have to remember. So let's suppose if you want to add 2 with 3. Now it means you have to start at 2. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So you first jump at 2 because the number is 2. Then you have to move 3 more numbers which will give you 5. So 2 plus 3 is 5. So whenever we want to add we have to move on the right side, and whenever we have to subtract, we move on the left side, which we'll see in the subtraction part. So let's suppose we have to add negative 4 plus 6. Now we'll start with negative 4. The first jump will be at negative 4, and then we'll jump 6 more numbers, 1, 2 on the right side, because we are adding 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this. So it will reach 2. So negative 4 plus 6 is 2. Now let's suppose if we want to add 2 plus minus 9. Yes. Now we have 0, we have 1, 2. If we move, we have to add, but if we move 9 in the right side, it will be wrong because the number is not positive. So if we have an addition but the number is negative, we have to move on the left side. So basically it is the overall sign that we have to take care. So first of all, look at the sign that we have, addition or subtraction. So addition. So we have to move on the right side, but if the number is negative, that is the second number, if it is negative, we have to move on the left side. So basically we can see that if the two opposite signs are present together, the effect is on the negative part. So positive and negative together makes negative. So we'll see in the later part of the video. So here from 2 we have to move 9 times on the left side of 2, which will give us 7, if you negative 7. So if you want, you can do it. So 2 plus minus 9 is negative 7. So I will generalize a rule for you, that is, if you want to add two numbers with different sign like negative 2 plus 6, what you can do is you can just subtract smaller number from bigger number, like 6, 2 subtracted from 6, so it will be 4. And the sign of the answer will depend upon which out of those two numbers have bigger absolute value, or we can say which will have bigger value, like 6 and 2, which is bigger, 6. So 6 has positive signs, a sign for it, so we'll write positive 4. But now let's suppose if we have to add negative 7 plus 4. Now I have told you, if we have two opposite sides, then we have to subtract smaller from the larger number. So 7 minus 4 is 3, but this 7 is bigger than 4 and having a negative sign. Not negative 7 is bigger than 4. I am saying 7 is bigger than 4. So it has negative sign with it. So the answer will also be negative. So we can try with both method. Either you can use the method of number line or this trick that we have doing right now. Now suppose if both signs are same, like we can have 2 plus 6, which we know which will be 8. Yes. So while adding numbers, just visualize number line in your brain. Yes. Now let's suppose if two signs are same but both are negative, like negative 2 and negative 10. Though also we have to add, if two signs are same and they both are negative, then also we have to add those two integers. We have to add those two numbers. So 10 and 2 will be 12, but the sign will depend on the bigger value. It means without the sign. So 10 is bigger and it has negative sign. So negative 12. So it means we can generalize that if we add two positive integers, answer will be positive and the numbers will be added. If we have two different numbers, subtraction will be done from bigger number and we have to subtract the smaller number, and the sign will depend on the bigger number. Yes. Now for two negative numbers, if we are adding two negative numbers like negative 2 plus negative 10 that we have taken, then in that case we have to add 2 and 10, but we have to use a negative sign. Yes. So negative 12. Now moving further, we can have a topic which have additive inverse. And numbers, like if we have a 6, then negative 6 is its additive inverse. So opposite is also called additive inverse, because when we add a number to its opposite or additive inverse, yes, we get 0. So when a number added to another number result into 0, the number is called additive inverse of the other. So opposite will always be a additive inverse for other number. Yes. So here we have next topic as subtraction of integers. Yes. So subtraction of integers, here also it is quite similar, but in this we have to move on the left side. Let's suppose we have negative 6 minus 2, then in that case we have to start at negative 6 and we have to move 2 on the left of negative 6. Okay, so we'll reach at negative 8. Okay, so this is quite the way of doing using number line, but we can do it using the rule that we have generalized for addition. So for subtraction, let's suppose we have to subtract a bigger number, we have to subtract a smaller number from bigger number like this. We can do what we know already from our previous classes. But what if if we have a negative number first and we want to subtract a positive number from it like this, because this is a subtraction and 6 is a positive number. So in that case we have two same sign. So if there is two signs and both are same, we know we have to add. So 7 and 6 will be 13, but the rule will be same, that is if the value of the number is greater, then we have to take its sign only, so negative 13. So addition and subtraction is quite similar. The rule is you have to check if two signs are same. If two signs are same, you have to add. If two signs are different, you have to subtract, and the sign will depend upon the greater value of the number besides its sign. So sign will not be included while choosing the greater number. Then we'll check what sign it has and we'll give the same sign to the answer also. Yes, so let's do some questions on it, like negative 4, we have to subtract 18 from negative 24. Okay, so we have negative 24 and we have to subtract 18. Now we have same sign, so what we'll do, we have to add here. So if you add, you'll get 42, and we know that 24 is greater and it has a negative sign, so it will have negative 42. So it is quite the same in both addition and subtraction. The rules is constant that you have to look upon. Now subtraction of integers using number line. So we have already understood how to subtract using number line by moving on its left. Yes, so here we have a question subtracting negative 4 from 6. So this subtraction indicates that we have to move left. But if we have a negative number, either in addition or subtraction, we have to do the opposite. So here we have to, instead of moving on the left, we have to move on the right. So from 6, if we move 4 numbers on the right, we'll reach 10. So 6 negative negative 4 is equals to 6 minus negative 4 is equals to 10. Okay, so here are rules that we have already discussed. If two signs comes together, same signs, then we have a positive way like this. Yes, so remember, if two signs are same, we have a positive number. Yes, simplification of an expression involving both addition and subtraction. So sometimes addition and subtraction can occur together, like find the value of 15 minus 6 plus minus 16 plus 2 plus minus 6. So you can start at using having any two numbers, but we'll start from the left side. So first solve this. So 15 minus 6, it is simple subtraction that we know, so it will be 9, and we'll write other as it is, and it's negative 16 plus 2 plus minus 6. Okay, now next is to reduce step. You can do two problems one at a time, like 15 minus 6 is 9 and 2 plus minus 6 will be negative 4. So either you can solve one by one or you can have a multiple simplification in single step. Now 9 plus minus 16, we have to add negative 16, but it is a opposite sign, that is negative 16. So we have to subtract 9 from 16 because one is positive and other is negative. So overall there will be a subtraction sign over here, because when there will be a same sign together, we change it to positive, like negative negative or positive positive. But if we have a different sign like positive negative or negative positive, we have to consider it as a subtraction. So 16 minus 9 is 7, and 16 is bigger than 9 without its sign, so we'll have negative 7. Then we have 2 and plus negative 6. Now we'll solve these two. So negative 7 plus 2, negative 5 plus negative 6, and overall sign of this positive or plus, and this minus will become minus. So we'll have negative 5 minus 6, which will give us negative 11. So you can have multiple step at a time or a single step at a time. So it's depend on you, and if you practice, you will have an idea how to solve it quickly. Yes. Now students, this is from the chapter 10 that we have understood, and I hope you have understood the concept clearly, and you can now do all the question that is given over here, and you can also apply the concept of integers in your daily life. So students, we'll meet in the next session. Till then, keep practicing, keep learning.